Talk back there. How can this be a hunting accident? Hunting's a hobby of mine. I didn't know anything was in season.
Just us.
Who did it?
Yeah, they know who did it.
I got the girl's statement. I need yours now.
You can wait.
So can heaven. I know how you feel.
Do you? I'm sorry.
We all put in an 8-hour day. Part of mine is your statement. Let's go sit in the car.
Names, places, times, the whole enchiladas.
Where do you want to start?
From the top. From the time you and Stiles met her last night.
Well, that's not the top. You got to go back before that, yesterday afternoon. You ever have a day when you're grateful just to be alive? When you get your kicks from just breathing the air? Well, that was us, yesterday. Here we were, about as far as you can get with 4 wheels on Route 66. A little richer. If you figure $632 in the bank is rich. A little older, but not much smarter. We were sure about only one thing. We were going to spend 3 full days in one of the plushest pads on the coast, eating only what comes under glass, drinking nothing but champagne, working on nothing but our suntans. And whatever other little chore we might pick up here and there. We checked right in. First cabin, a suite on the beach.
got Tacoma Beach. This is the place to do it.
What to do and where to do it. We don't need their advice on that. Hey! Isn't this the same chick who paraded by us upstairs?
In the flesh.
Song stylist, Kitty Parker. Appears nightly at 8 p.m. The Surf Bar.
We got plans for 8 p.m.?
I got plans for 8 p.m. The Surf Bar.
I don't know. She looks more like my type.
Your type? Who's the music buff in this wing? Who speaks the language?
Who wants to talk?
With a chick like this, you gotta play it glissando.
Translation?
Cool. Like I say to her, baby, I don't dig the fuzzy stuff, but the hard bop really knocks me out. Now she tags me for the progressive type. How are you gonna guess her if you don't know the difference between a flatted fifth and a raised seventh? That's a stout fellow. You'll find something else, I'm sure.
Here. Unpack.
I don't know why, but I'm feeling so sad. I long to try something I've never had. Never had no kissing. What I've been missing. Love a man. Oh, where can you be? The night is cold, and I'm so all alone. I'd give my soul just to call you my own. Got a moon above me, need someone to love me. Love a man, oh, where can you be? I've heard it said that the thrill of romance can be
Mr. Murdoch.
like a heavenly dream. I'd go to bed with a prayer that you
I finished this set at 8:30. Kitty.
How'd you do it? Sent her a note. Told her I was a pupil of Sticky Mac.
Sticky Mac.
It's one of the greatest. Played with a full left hand. Cut a lot of keyboard.
Sticky Mac.
Sticky Mac.
In my ears, hugging and a kissing. Ooh, what I've been missing. Love a man, oh, where can you be?
That's when it started. When I made the date with Kitty Parker. If I hadn't, none of the rest of it would have happened, at least not to Tod. It turned out Kitty preferred a crowd to company, so the three of us took off to a jazz spot on the highway. She said she had a surprise for me if I really was the jazz aficionado I claimed to be. Gabe Johnson. Gabe Johnson here? Hey.
Pass. I thought maybe you were just a tin-ear.
Oh.
But you dig Gabe Johnson.
Wow.
Incandescent.
I don't get it. What is he doing here?
Oh, Gabe lives in Malibu Canyon. He always jams at the lodge the night before a concert.
Wow.
You're not going tomorrow night? The Civic Auditorium? The whole program's Gabe. The pure Gabe.
Well, look, we're not straight yet. We just got on the scene.
Oh.
Hey, who's Gabe Johnson?
What?
A kite with no string. A horn full of helium.
Hey, Square, did you ever hear of Maynard Ferguson? Miles Davis? Chet Baker?
Trumpet.
Well, you put Gabe at the top of that list. Maybe the all-time greatest, right?
Right.
Hello, Kitty.
Hi, how are you?
How are you? Glad to see you. Have a nice day, Brooklyn.
Thank you.
We left about 10 before midnight. Kitty didn't want to leave because, well, Gabe had a couple of hours more left in his horn. But I managed to convince her. That's what bugs me. Just 1 minute. Either side of that split second, either before or right after, we'd have missed it.
The sheriff.
Maybe we should call a doctor.
No, I want the sheriff.
The sheriff?
My husband did it. He set fire to the house, and then he fixed the brakes so they wouldn't work. He knew I'd run, so he fixed the brakes. He wants me dead. My husband wants me dead.
Jana.
You get away. You get her away from me. You're all friends of his. You all want me dead.
I heard she was a flip. Man, they weren't kidding.
Leave me alone. Please leave me alone.
Who is she?
Jana Johnson. Gabe's wife. Isn't that the end?
Okay, I'll call a sheriff.
all of this down.
Attempted murder. It's a serious charge.
Are you sure they called the right number?
Southampton, Long Island, 1420. Check.
Mother's always there in May. And even if she weren't, there's Cook and the chauffeur and Mrs. Allen, the housekeeper. Now, somebody should answer.
Why don't you try the townhouse?
No. No, she wouldn't be there this time of the year. Of course, I have been away 2 years. People do change, even Mother. Yes, why don't we try that? It's Plaza 43264.
That's Manhattan. And collect. I'm holding a notebook on which I've written, I quote, "My husband tried to kill me tonight." Let's fool around with that a little bit, okay?
I don't want to talk anymore.
I do. Back at the highway, you were a whole lot more talkative.
I just want Mother. I know that sounds infantile, but that's really all I want, just to be home and to forget.
Gabe left at 8:30. As usual, he locked me in.
It's hard to believe. The great Gabe Johnson, so jealous he has to lock his wife in every time he leaves the house.
About 11, I smelled smoke. I ran into the bedroom and saw flames coming from the bathroom. I broke a window and managed to climb down to the ground. I discovered Gabe's car in the carport.
I should have known he left it there deliberately, just as he set the fire deliberately. If the fire didn't get me, the car would.
He left the keys in the ignition.
Well, it's 10 miles down that mountain road. He knew I'd be afraid to walk down there alone in the dark, so he left the car with the keys.
And gimmicked up the brakes.
Lieutenant, there's no answer on that Plaza call.
Oh, thanks, Fred.
She must be there.
To you, Lieutenant.
Excuse me. Mangano, Malibu.
Oh, yeah, Chief.
Mm-hmm. Thanks. That fire you say Gabe started turns out to have been a short in the wiring behind the wall, Mrs. Johnson. Now, maybe he got it going good and replastered the wall and repapered before he kissed you goodnight and went down to the lodge. Now, how does that sound?
I don't blame you for being fooled. Look at me. I'm the queen of fools. I fell in love with him.
Now, look, Mrs. Johnson, I'm a vet. 14 years married, and I got the scars to prove it. We all do crazy things when we have a spat at home. Now, Fred's going to take you back up the mountain. Oh, you're lucky. The fire burned itself out before it could do too much damage.
I'm not going up that road again. As long as I live, I'm not going back to that house again.
Jana, they just called the lodge. See what happens when you go out without me?
She says you locked her in, Gabe. Anything to it?
Yeah, it's personal, Frank.
You left your car tonight. Why?
No brakes. Those hills up there burn them out. I asked Cootie to come up and pick me up tonight. Charlie's garage is supposed to tow it in tomorrow and reline them.
Thanks, fellas. Miss Parker.
Hi, Kitty. I saw you come in tonight.
You must have used a telescope. You on cloud 9.
Yeah. They tell me you boys helped Jan. I want to thank you.
They're going to keep on helping me, Gabe. I'm going with them.
Jan, cut it out. You're embarrassing me.
I'll give you $1,000.
Jan, I don't want to say anything, but...
I can get it. My mother will send it to me.
Sure, honey, sure. Look, you gotta be as embarrassed as I am.
Why is she shaking?
I don't know.
It might just be she's frightened. Look, why don't we leave it this way for now? We'll give her a lift. How about that, Lieutenant? Any law against it?
As long as you keep it under 55.
Come on, Jan, let's go.
No, no, no!
Jana latched onto us like somebody riding the subway for the first time, standing up, each hand looped in a strap. So we took her back to our place. It was just past 2. It's hard for me to realize that's to this morning, and that this is still the same day.
I'll close those.
No. No, he could sneak in here. We wouldn't be able to see him coming. Now, this way he can stand out there in the dark and look in and see I'm not doing anything. Just sitting here, waiting for Mother to take me home.
How about a fire?
Yeah, or maybe a drink.
Yeah.
I'm not crazy, you know.
Nobody said anything.
He put me on a pedestal, put an ivory tower around me.
So bad about that?
It is when you have to live alone in it, when you can't escape. I'm just a defeated minority of one. The fan who got away. Great Gabe Johnson. Naturally, around here, you'll only hear his side of it. People call me the flip Gabe found in Carnegie Hall. Imagine being married to Gabe Johnson, they think. Who can be unhappy? Who needs friends or family or money? Who needs anything as long as you've got Gabe?
I know a lot of chicks who just jump at that chance.
I don't blame them. I worshipped at that shrine once, too. I'd sit at his feet and just feel myself being lifted right off the floor, just listening to the music he can make. I'd think to myself, Jana, you got a bird from outer space. Spirit in a man's body. Something from a place that the mind can't even reach. The more I'd listen, the more I came to know Gabe, the more I knew he's hardly human. He's searching to get back to wherever it is he came from. And he plays like that, as if he knows that the perfect combination of sounds, perfect tempo put together just right, will take him off in a sudden flash of light. It's like he says, when I get it going right, Jana, I start to move up, like riding moonbeams. I start to disappear.
Here. This is all there is in the house, but maybe it'll help.
You mustn't think I feel sorry for myself. Just that I'm sick of his jealousy. I'm glad to get out.
If you're out of it, why the gun?
Because I'll never be out of it until I leave California. I am leaving this time, no matter what he says. Even if I have to use this.
She didn't leave that chair all night. Just sat there, holding the gun and waiting. Why don't you go ahead? I'll stick around, otherwise she'll really flip.
All right, she ought to get some sleep. If she does drop off, see if you can get that gun away from her. It's been a long time since I rode a downwind course. Come on out with me. She'll be all right.
No, I don't think so. We promised one of us would stay around. Besides, the world may lose a #1 trumpet. She hasn't taken her finger off the trigger all night. Come on, I'll give you a hand.
I'll take it out for about an hour, and then you can give it a whirl, and I'll stand guard over Ma Barker.
No, thanks. I can't steal one of these things. Besides, who needs China?
They need you. You know, you could start a whole chain of car washes.
Yeah? Why?
They're ready for it. They got a whole chain of brainwashers. So you make a tie-up. Get your car and your brain washed all at the same time. 2 for the price of 1.
Tote the barge.
there with you?
Yeah, on stereo.
Oh, great.
You like it?
Yeah, I might even vote for it.
The solo.
You got a needle her this morning?
You had breakfast yet?
Yeah, all night long. 3 pots of coffee.
I don't like to eat alone. I'll meet you by the pool.
I'm going upstairs to get some breakfast. Look, why don't you come along? House rule. You have to check your gun before you get orange juice. It was just Kitty upstairs with one of his albums.
I gotta hold on to something, Buzz. Let me hold on to this.
When you got a tiger by the tail, Jana, you get rid of it.
It's his. He doesn't know I have it.
But I do. Come on, wash your face. Come on up for some breakfast.
What time is it in New York right now?
11 o'clock.
You go ahead. I'll be up in a minute.
Coffee.
Fine.
Mind?
Go. You're being taken.
Oh?
Has she asked you for money yet?
With a rich mother?
I got a picture of that rich mother.
Okay, so maybe she exaggerated a little bit. So they don't have a townhouse.
Oh, and all that jazz last night in front of the sheriff about how jealous Gabe is. Why, it's the other way around. And that Bluebeard bit, quote, "As usual, Gabe locked me in," unquote. Isn't that a gasser? Oh, Buzz, honey, you got a flip on your hands.
Last night when we were waiting for the daylight, she kept calling and calling.
Trying to reach Mother?
Well, that and other people. Some of the names flipped my buddy Tod. Right out of the top 20 social register. She knew them all, she called them all.
So?
She didn't score. They all turned her down. That's what bugged me. She kept getting more desperate, insistent, angry at them. She just couldn't believe they wouldn't answer her.
Oh, I'm a couch job, too. A 4-year case. But I'll find myself.
Be glad to help you look.
Where would you start?
Well, that depends on whether it's a question or a challenge.
Silly boy.
I'll use it, Gabe. I'll use it, Gabe.
If you have to, honey, better that way, maybe. night long, I wanted to go in there and get you.
I could feel you outside.
I stayed out there and I kept saying, now cool it, decrescendo. Oh, Jan, you'll never know. It's cold out there at the window of the water. Who are you telephoning?
Mother's friends. My friends, I thought. Just goes to show. When Mother cuts you off, you're cut off from the ankles. Nobody would talk to me, Gabe. I've been exiled.
Come on.
Gabe, tell me I'm wrong about the brakes.
Baby, when are you gonna learn? It's just us, just you and me, in our own private universe. Do you think I could hurt you?
You and me and whatever it is you're afraid of.
What do you mean, afraid?
You're afraid of my leaving, for one thing.
Come on now, deny you haven't tried. You're always telling me how lonely it is living on a mountaintop and how things aren't working out between us. How much you miss Mommy and all the goodies Mommy can buy for you.
Don't start in on me again, Gabe.
All right. All right, but don't deny you haven't tried to leave me, huh?
I don't like being locked up. And you act as if I'm some medieval lady and you're off on a crusade. You've got to lock me in a tower. I can't stand that, Gabe.
All right, baby. I'm sorry. We'll cut it out. It's kid stuff. Let's go home now, huh?
What else are you afraid of? I mean, sometimes I feel as though you're trying to hold on to time. As though if you let go of it, it'll fly away from you. Or you from it. Which is it, Gabe? I mean, when you let yourself get so far out, you don't even know I'm around. Why try to hold on to me? What do you want?
You heard of Gabriel? Blow your horn? That's me. If I can blow bright enough or blue enough or pure enough, something lifts and I can see right out across the footlights, all the way up to where it never ends. That's a place to go.
And only you can go, Gabe.
Come on, baby, let's go home, huh?
Telephone for Mrs. Jana Johnson. Telephone for Mrs. Jana Johnson, please.
Hello? Yes, this is Janet Johnson. Yes, I would like to talk to him. Henry? Oh, I'm so glad to reach you. Well, I tried to call Mother all last night and no one would answer. I called everyone I could think of. No one would talk to me. I didn't think you'd call me back. Well, being Mother's attorney and handling all that messy stuff, cutting me out of the will. How is she? Henry, why didn't you let me know? Yes. Yes, Henry, I'll meet you when you come in. Yes, send me a wire. Well, no wonder no one would talk to me. Why didn't you tell me?
You would have left me, gone back to all that money. What would you want with me anymore? Jan, if I can't have you, nobody can.
I gave her up for you.
Please, please. Sure, on the stand, I'm great. As long as I'm up there, I'm great. I know that. I can feel it and be sure. But when I come off, I'm nothing. I'm nowhere. I need you, Jan. I need you to lean on. I need you to get me through. You. I've got to hold on to you.
2 whole months. 2 whole months she's been dead, and all that time you hid it from me. You wouldn't even let me go to my own mother's funeral. You get out. If I ever see you again, if you ever come near me again, I'll kill you. So help me, I'll kill you.
Kill me, what do I care? Kill me, what do I care?
There's a thing they say in jazz circles. The guys who speak the inside language, when they figure somebody's too much, they say, he's something else. It's the most compliment they can give. If any sidemen had been with us this morning and seen how Jana held on to herself, how she kissed off her husband and buried her mother inside a few seconds, if they'd have seen her like we did, they'd have said, she's something else, this kid.
What time does Mr. Gleason's flight get in?
11 o'clock tonight.
Listen, how long has it been since you had something to eat?
Well, I know she hasn't had breakfast.
I have too many things to do before tonight.
Oh?
The most important things in the world.
Like what?
I have to stand on street corners and enjoy being jostled by real flesh and blood people. Strangers. Where else can you turn but to people in the street? People like you, Buzz. And you, Tod.
Jana? I feel like last season's flop tune. All I can say is, you can fool all the people all the time. Anyway, I tore up my ticket to his concert tonight. And I'd break his records, but they cut them on some kind of plastic. They bend, but they won't break.
When I get back, we'll burn them.
I'll keep the home fires burning. Anyway, lots of luck, Jana. Bye, kid. Bye-bye.
It was 11:10. I know because when I turned on the radio, I saw the clock at the same time. We all got one of those little kicks in the teeth life hands you now and then. One of those ironies that's only supposed to happen to somebody else.
No, leave it on. This is gonna happen wherever there's music. I can't go around not listening or turning off all the radios.
Tod was shot. I saw the blood, but I just couldn't believe it. Car stopped. Crowd gathered. Somebody said something about there was a hunter up there in the hills. When we looked, we saw a car. The back end of a car was going up a dirt road.
Cootie's car. He must have borrowed Cootie's car.
I got that down here, Mrs. Johnson. She thinks Gabe did it trying for her. What do you think?
I think I'll find him and ask him.
No. You won't do that. We'll do it.
Is there a law against looking?
Me?
Oh.
Not good enough? Oh, now, you know the problem here in the hospital. They're short of beds. You go looking for Gabe Johnson. They may not have room for you when they carry you back in. Feet first. That is, if you're lucky. Now, down at the morgue, we're not so crowded. Got the message?
So long, kid.
I'm going with you.
She didn't hear you either.
Very brave.
What else can we do?
Let us do our job. You two stay in protective custody until it's done.
But he's got a gun.
We got a couple of our own guns, too.
I don't want him dead. Look, haven't I got enough to forget already?
We're going upstairs, Lieutenant. Be with Tod a while. I'd appreciate it if you get one of your men to bring the Corvette over. We'll be needing it later. Thanks. You all right?
Couldn't shoot?
Something like that.
Well, he won't get far. Of course, we're still looking for the one guy. I said that about 3 years ago. Now, look, Mrs. Johnson. If we're ever going to pick up your husband so we don't hurt anybody else and we don't hurt him, please, lay off the grandstand stuff, okay? Why don't you go sit in a bar somewhere, the two of you, and wait for your lawyer to take you back to New York? He did a good job on your buddy. He took the bullet out.
How is he?
Oh, he saw.
Well, a couple of hours. Be on that plane in New York.
No. I can't leave him now. Not with the police after him, with no place to go, all alone, no one to go to. I gotta find him.
You know, just looking at you, I mean, I'd never take you for an heiress. I don't show it. I mean that as a compliment.
And we're trained not to show it.
Think Gabe married you for your money?
No. No, Gabe never cared anything about money. Just music.
And you?
Buzz? I think I know where he might be.
Waiter, can you bring me a phone?
knows where a judge or a doctor will send him. She goes east.
Oh? Or does she stay and wait?
I want a Sunday kind of love, a love to last past Saturday night. I'd like to know it's more than love at first sight. I want a Sunday kind of love. I want a love that's on the square. Can't seem to find somebody to care. I'm on a lonely road that leads me nowhere. I need a Sunday kind of love.
We have your call now, Mr. Murdoch.
I
thanks.
do my Sunday dreaming and
How you doing,
all
old
my
buddy?
Sundays
Never mind that. You just tell them to cut our room rent in half. Why should we pay the full $30 a day when only half the group is there?
I'm
Already taken care of that. As a matter of fact, with the money we're saving, we can afford champagne.
Yeah? Why champagne?
Why champagne? Todd, I'm drinking to your speedy recovery. Oh, Kitty sends her best.
someone to enfold, to keep me warm when Mondays are cold.
You like that? Well, maybe not the very best, seeing as where you're hardly in condition for that. Night.
Want a Sunday kind of love.
This has been a Screen Gems film presentation from Columbia Pictures. Herbert B. Leonard, executive producer.